Osseo High School Northwest Suburban Conference softball as tonight the Orioles play host to their neighbors from Champlin Park. Season opener for both of these teams. I am Jay Wilcox along with Jeff Hewsome. And Jeff, I think both these teams could say they've really been eager to get out and finally get games in. Been in the gym some and not great weather, but perfect night tonight for this one.
Well, that anticipation for the first games, always looms large, and these teams know each other very well. Being neighbors, they've had the long-time rivalry. And it should be an exciting game.
Here's the lineup for Champlin Park. Holly Blaska, the shortstop, will lead it off. Riley Hewsome in left hits second. Brittany Davis at third base hits third. Samantha Proctor, the catcher, in the cleanup spot. Jordan Johnson at first base. Randy Rogers at second. The bottom third of the order, Megan Schuck, the DP. Taylor Gukeen in center field. And Haley Mazet in right field for the Rebels, hitting in the 9 slot. Katie Johnson will be the pitcher for Osseo. Pitched a little bit a year ago. Pitched 25 2/3 innings, was 2-3 with a 4.91 earned run average. Made 5 starts. And first pitch taken up high for a ball here. Holly Blaska. Shortstop and a freshman getting her first varsity at bat right here. Pounds a chopper. Oh, and a nice stop. Throw to first base. He is in time as getting the glove out there to make the play. Taylor Kotke for Osseo. And Blaska runs pretty well too, so she had to get it over there as we get a look at the defensive alignment for Eric Ruska and the Orioles. Faith Lovchick at third. Taylor Kotke made that play at short. April Jacobs at second. Bailey DeBoer at first base. Liz Cronin, Aaron Dubé, and Lane Ruska in the outfield. Andrea Denslake behind the plate. And as we said, Johnson is the pitcher, and Riley Hewsome will be the batter now for Champlin Park.
Jay, that was a really nice play by Kotke.
Yeah, it gives you confidence defensively and as a pitcher when you get a hard hit ball that turns into an out like that.
You can already tell the pitchers used 3 different pitches and mixed up her location. She's going to keep trying to work those corners, I think.
Yeah, sounds like both teams' pitchers not overpowering, but good at mixing things up a little bit. This one hit fairly well to left field, a long run, and it's going to be to the base of the fence. And checking in at second base with a double, Riley Hewsome gets a hold of that one and tags it a long way. And it was back. They tracked it pretty well, but just no chance to get to this one.
And I think that pitch just caught too much of the plate on that. Well hit though by Riley.
So 2 pretty well hit balls. One of them turns into an out. The second one is a long double off the fence, and now Brittany Davis, the third baseman, will step in here for the Rebels. And Davis knocks it to second to throw back, and they'll get the double play. Wow. Another well-hit ball, but just right at April Jacobs, and Davis lining into a double play as they get Hewsome trying to scramble back and just got the throw in time. So Champlin Park hits the ball well, but nothing to show for it in their half of the first. No runs, 1 hit. And courtesy of that double play, no one left on. And so now Osseo will get their first chance to hit here in this evening game, a 6 p.m. start for this. Of course, we have lights now at Osseo, so they're going to play some night games. And there's their lineup. Taylor Kotke, the shortstop, leading it off. Then Denslake, the catcher. Faith Lovchick at third base. Then the leading returning hitter, Lane Ruska, the right fielder. Bailey DeBoer hits fifth. Aaron Dubé in center. And then it's the pitcher Johnson, Liz Cronin, the left fielder, and El Wilform, the DP, is in the 9 slot. And defensively for Brian Woodley and the Rebels, Davis is at third, Blaska at short, Randy Rogers at second, Jordan Johnson at first base, Hewsome, Gokeen, and Mazet in the outfield, Samantha Proctor behind the plate, and doing the pitching for the Rebels is right-hander Taylor Sloat. And Sloat was 5-8 a year ago. Did most of the pitching, 106 2/3 innings for the Rebels, and had a pretty strong year. 2.43 earned run average and 270 opponent's batting average. Struck out 45 hitters, walked 31 in those 106 2/3. So not an overpowering pitcher, also, but a capable pitcher. I think the Rebels feel pretty good. Certainly they have more returning players than Osseo does too, so probably a little bit more comfort level coming into the year, I would think.
And Coach Woodley has to feel good after those 3 cuts in the first inning. Taylor Sloat again is going to be working the corners, and you know she's on her game if she's hitting corners.
Pitch taken up high for a ball here by Taylor Kotke, who had that nice play defensively. And that one up and out of the zone. There's a look at Eric Ruska, the Orioles head coach. He's asking him, how long he'd been the head coach. He thought about it. Boy, the time flies, doesn't it? And I say, yeah. It's had some pretty good teams. Obviously, they had a run where they were quite strong when they had Becca Gervin pitching for them, and have been consistently solid, at least, and through most of these seasons.
15 years, you've seen a lot of girls come in and out of your program.
Kotke fouling that one away here, so 2-1 count. And Sloat gets her to chase one up and out of the strike zone. I think the Osseo girls saw Champlin Park come up swinging and hitting the ball hard. They probably want to do the same. And a swing and a miss, and Sloat battling back nicely to get the strikeout on Kotke for out number 1 here in the bottom of the first, as she gets her to chase another one up and out of the zone a little bit.
And Sloat's been working on a rise ball. I think she threw a couple of them there, and they were very effective.
So Denslake will be the batter here for Osseo. Had a pretty solid year a year ago, hit .346 and drove in 6 runs. Also want to thank both coaches for providing us with last year's stats. Obviously in spring sports sometimes it's a little hit or miss whether we get all that information, and we appreciate it from both coaches. Caught the outside corner with that one. It's a good ball game when they played last year. Osseo won 5, 4, and 8 innings.
Yeah, and Courtney Calkins was really a factor in that game. She's no longer here with Coach Ruska, but
she's one of those players that it felt like was on their team for about 10 years. It was really probably 5 or so, but. And this one is slugged out to right field, but it'll hold up, and the catch made. Osseo able to get over there. Denslake making pretty decent contact with that one, but got under it a bit, so 2 gone here in the bottom of the first, and Faith Lovecheck will be the hitter. Sun is going to be an issue for certain spots on the field, but of course, right fielder has it at her back, so no problem with that one. Now, like the center fielder tracking one to right field, probably going to be an issue. That's a fair ball down the third baseline. Lovecheck turned on that one, and the Rebels get it in quickly, though, and hold her to a single, but Faith Lovecheck really jumped on that. It looked like a changeup, and she was all over it.
Boy, that was aggressive early in the count.
Another look. Davis, no chance at that one, even though she was obviously not playing too far off the bag. And so Lane Ruska will step in. She was their top hitter among hitters who, batted a number of times last year, as she hit .403 with a couple of homers and 18 runs batted in, 6 doubles. And so definitely a potent threat with that left-hand bat.
The middle of their lineup is very strong. This is where they generate a lot of their runs.
Taken up high for a ball.
With 2 outs, it'll be interesting to see if Coach Ruska gets the runner in motion here.
That one is a strike. Sam Proctor taking over this year for a longtime catching standout Emma Lehman for the Rebels, who graduated. Rip and a miss.
That was good location on that pitch.
Yeah, it really was. Just off the outside part of the plate. Looked too good to let go, but would have been hard to do a lot with it anyway, I think, because she had to reach for it. So a 2-2 count. To short. They'll throw to first. The throw is low but dug up. Nice job.
That's a good scoop by Johnson over there.
And so Ruska is out 6-3, and the Orioles are done in the first. No runs, 1 hit, no Rebels errors, and 1 left on. We played 1 full here at Osseo. It is 0-0, the Rebels and the Orioles.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Second inning about to begin here at Osseo High School. Champlin Park has the 4, 5, 6 hitters up. Sam Proctor, Jordan Johnson, and Randy Rogers. So they only batted 3 in the first inning, but that's a little misleading because all 3 batters hit the ball hard. He had a bouncer to short. That was a nice play defensively. Then a double by Hewsom off the left field fence, and then a double play ball on the liner. And there's another hard hit ball down the third base line. And digging in for second here is Proctor. She will be in with a leadoff double to begin the second.
And a good effort by the third baseman. Got a glove on it, but I think that's got to be considered a hit.
Yeah, I agree. Just all she could do to even, protect herself as much as anything there over at third for Lovchik. Courtesy runner for Champlin Park coming in. And that will be Laura Klepner. Since obviously Proctor as the catcher can be run for, as can the pitcher, if they have their pitcher in the hitting lineup, which they do not.
You don't want to tire out those catchers. They do a lot of work behind the plate.
And also it takes a while to put the gear back on too, so the next inning, you see that sometimes where the inning can't start because they're not ready yet. But there's a look at Brian Woodley, the Rebels head coach, and enthusiastic about this group. He said, I'm really eager to see how they look. They were supposed to have a tournament over the weekend. That the weather did a number on that one, so he was hoping to kind of get a feel for the team before conference play, but didn't happen. But that's kind of life in Minnesota spring sports.
And that was a tournament with 4 of the top 10 teams in the state, so it would have been a real test for those Rebels.
Jordan Johnson hit .242 a year ago for Champlin Park. To third, Lovchik up with it. Throw across in time. Now the throw back across to third. And back in as Klepner is able to get over to third. So Johnson bouncing out. They do get the runner moved over, though. Osseo did everything they could. Lovchik looked the runner back, but it's still, if you get a decent jump off second here, it's a tough play to get him.
That's good base running by a good base runner. Waited for the throw and advanced on it.
So Randy Rogers will be the hitter. Rogers pounding it to short. Kotke throws, they get the out, and now Klepner's heading back for third and just makes it back. Little bit of hesitation there. They really didn't look at her and probably would have been able to score there, but ended up kind of indecisive and then had to come back.
That indecision cost her. If she goes right away, like you said, I didn't see them looking at her at all.
Kotke made a nice pickup on another pretty hard hit ball, but she looked right away to first and seemed as though they were almost kind of conceding the run, but Klepner had to dash back. So Megan Schuck is the batter, a little dribbler to third. Throw across is in time, and so for the second inning in a row, Osseo's able to work out of trouble despite an extra base hit in there. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We will come back with the bottom of the second inning in a moment. Champlin Park and Osseo at 0-0.
Hey, you going out like that?
Yeah, why?
Well, what would the neighbors think?
I see you! Come look at Mr. Feather. Look what I have. Mr. Bird, remember? Bark, bark, bark. We're just playing. We're just playing on trying to get you out of here.
Even still.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Osseo about to hit in the bottom of the second inning here. Bailey DeBoer, Aaron Dubé, and Katie Johnson, the 5, 6, 7 hitters, will step in for the Orioles. Now DeBoer, first pitch swinging, fouls it away. She hit .500 for the Orioles last year. However, just 1 for 2, so not a big sample size there. But
well, she can get to 667 with a hit here.
That's right. Very slow breaking pitch there is over for a strike. Kind of a tantalizing pitch there from Sloat.
Kind of locked her up a little bit.
Yeah, really did. And chases one up. Boy, that's nice. Nice mix there from Sloat, and she strikes out DeBoer.
And again, that rise ball, it's working.
And you see DeBoer disappointed in herself there, and so Dubé will be the hitter now, the center fielder for Osseo. And she's able to lay off that one up and out of the zone.
And that's what Osseo has to do. If you see it releasing up above your hands, you just lay off the pitch.
Back past the rubber. Here's the throw to first base. It is in time. Solid job to get to that ball. No room for a mistake there for Blaska, and she is able to get the out.
That was a bang-bang play. Close play at first. Good hustle by Dubé down the line.
Yeah, once it got past the pitcher, you knew it was going to be likely a close play at first. Here's Katie Johnson, the batter now for Osseo. Takes that one up high and away. Katie had 25 at-bats a year ago, hit .280 for the Orioles. Just missed there. So now 3-0 count here for Johnson.
Probably an obvious take situation here.
She is taking, and it's over the inner part of the plate for a strike. Sloat looking to get a 1-2-3 inning in the books here. But they'll have to battle back from 3-0 count here, and ooh, there's strike.
That must have just caught a corner.
Johnson was pretty convinced it was up.
I think I was too.
Yeah, I kind of thought so too. Of course, as the pitcher, she knows probably you don't want to complain much because then you'll be out there and not getting calls. And a changeup and a swing and a miss, and Johnson down on strikes. A real good inning for Sloat. 1-2-3 inning with 2 Ks. No runs, no hits, and no one left. We've played 2 full. It's 0-0 Champlin Park in Osseo.
Good one, son.
Last summer, my new dad took me on vacation. First, we went deep sea fishing. Wow!
I'm so proud of you, son.
And then we went on Thunder Shark. That was awesome! Let's go again. 3 times. I gotta say, it was pretty cool.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Oh, not again.
Beautiful night for softball here at Osseo, and no score on the board. As we'll get another look at how Sloat got that last inning to end as she battled back against Johnson. The changeup had her way out front, so
just a beautiful changeup.
They're having a little trouble reading that, it looks like, so far here. You know, and I think a lot of times too, when you get started for the season, let's be honest, when you're hitting in a cage, you're not seeing changeups, and you're trying to get your bat speed up and working on that part. And so when you're actually seeing a live pitcher, it's a little bit different thing.
And that's how Sloat kind of makes her living. It's mixing those speeds and changing those locations.
Gukeen, Mazet, and Blaska, the 8-9-1 hitters, will step up for Champlin Park. And as we said, I think in some ways Osseo fortunate that it's 0-0 right now, because Champlin Park's hit the ball around quite a bit here for having 0 runs in the first inning. A couple of doubles already, and then a line-out double play ended the first inning. Takes it just outside here. Gukeen had 21 at-bats for the Rebels a year ago. Not a great deal of success as a hitter, a little under 100, but good athlete, great gymnast. Lifts this one foul and out of play.
And also a very good center fielder.
That's what I was going to say. As I recall, I was thinking back to last year. It seemed to me she was, really a good outfielder, somebody that you notice out there that can take charge.
She had some struggles. She needs to find a way to get on base to use those wheels. Very fast runner.
Johnson thought that one might have hit the corner but didn't get it, so.
I think she saw that same pitch last inning for a strike on her.
Gukeen lining on the right. It's going to drop in, throw to first base, not nearly in time, and Taylor Gukeen starts inning number 3 with a base hit for Champlin Park. So they have had the leadoff hitter on 2 of the 3 innings so far. And Mazet will be the batter here for Champlin Park.
Now it should be interesting. You've got a fast runner on base and a girl that knows how to handle the bat. We might see maybe somebody going in motion or a bunt.
Squares around and drives it to center field. Oh, and it's dropped. Would have potentially been a double play there for Osseo. Instead, it's going to be an E8. And Gukeen in at second. Her heart probably stopped about halfway because she knew there was no way she was going to get back if this ball was caught. But
she was off on the pitch there. She had no chance. That ball really has to get caught. I mean, that's a big 2 outs with the top of the order coming up.
Yeah, Dubé, I think, was getting eager to think about, throwing the runner out, trying to get back, and just kind of took her eye off it. It seemed to be a very catchable ball about waist high. So an error there, and Blaska will be the batter for Champlin Park. Nice stop by Denslake there on a pitch in the dirt. Rebels have had good scoring chances in each of the first 2, and now maybe even a better one with runners at first and second, nobody out. Blaska asking for time. Johnson and Denslake, I think, a little issue with signals there. She was taking a long time and asked for the signals to be started over again. That one nips the outside corner.
Very good pitch.
Drops a bunt down, but it's going to stay foul. So now a couple of strikes on Blaska. But you really like to have, well, a hitter who can run a little bit at the top of the order, but also who is a threat to hit the ball hard swinging away, or, you know, able to do something like that.
And she is a complete package. She can lay down the bunt. She can also drive the ball if she has to.
Fights that one off, fouling it away.
But it's definitely a pitcher's pitch now. Katie Johnson's got to work slightly out of the zone, see if she can get this young rebel to chase something.
Changeup is a called third strike.
That's a good-looking pitch.
Had been working her way, too, and this one coming toward the inner part, you see her flinching back a little bit. So Sloat not the only one who has a pretty nice changeup there, so that's out number one, and Riley Hewsum will be the batter. Had a double to deep left field her first time up.
Let's go, Riley, stay hot, kid.
Lifting it out to center, fairly well hit, but it's going to hang up, and the catch made by Dubé out there. So she's probably feeling good that she got another opportunity this inning after having a drop earlier, and gets that one for the out. And now Brittany Davis will hit as Osseo trying to squirm out of trouble again here in the third, and the Rebels trying to break through and get one on the board.
Jay, you really saw her concentrate on the catch on that one.
Davis hit the ball well, but a liner out to the second baseman that turned into a double play her first time up, and drives that one foul over the first base dugout.
Nice and easy. Let's go now.
Skies went out to left center field. And catch made there, tracked down by Dubé. So once again, Osseo gets out of trouble. For the Rebels in the third, no runs, one hit. There was one error and a couple left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Still 0-0 here between Champlin Park and Osseo.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
Sloat taking her warm-up tosses here for Champlin Park as Osseo gets set to hit in the bottom of the third. Liz Cronin, El Wilform, and Taylor Kotke, the 8-9 hitters, will step up for Osseo. Pretty solid defense in this game so far, with the one exception, that drop ball in center. But you know, the hitters have put the ball in play with some authority, but we're still at 0-0, and good pitching in the clutch spots for both these pitchers too.
And Dubé recovered nicely with two fine catches to end the inning.
Yeah, that's a good confidence boost too, to make you forget about that one. So Liz Cronin will be the hitter. Takes that one high and away. Cronin last year on the varsity level had one hit in 3 at-bats, so got a little taste of varsity play, and certainly more coming this year probably for her. And that one just up high. Cut and a miss. Might have gotten a little piece of that one, but 2 balls and a strike. Misses away there, so
she's got to be
3-1.
very selective here. To get a leadoff walk in a 0-0 game in the third is pretty important.
Strike on the inside corner, so 3-2. And a cut and a miss, and Sloat battles back to get another strikeout, her 4th of the game already. Strong pitching performance so far for Sloat, and Wilform will bat now for Osseo. Squares around as if to bunt and takes a strike.
Be interesting to see how they defense this. It looks like an obvious slap hitter. Second baseman's drawn in.
Drops a bunt down, tough play, throw to first, and they get the out. So solid job to get there in a hurry by Rogers.
And that second baseman playing in paid off. She's in a perfect position, makes a good strong throw to first and get her by a step.
And Kotke will be the hitter now for Osseo. Struck out her first time up. Little soft liner, it's on one hop, then the throw to first. Johnson with another nice pick there, as that was not an easy hop. It took a quick short hop into Sloat's glove. She realized she didn't catch it on the fly and gets the out at first. So Osseo done in the 3rd, no runs, no hits, and no one left. We've completed 3 innings here at Osseo, no score on the board.
An eating disorder feels like having another person inside your head. It kind of built this wall around me.
The main thing that we needed was hope.
Your age, your gender, your ethnicity. Eating disorders don't discriminate. They can strike anyone. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
Thanks for joining us for high school softball on 12 Sports. Northwest Suburban Conference play here. Champlin Park, nothing, and Osseo nothing as we head to inning number 4. The Rebels trying to get something in terms of putting it on the board, because they've certainly hit the ball well enough in the first 3 innings to feel like they probably should have something, but that's part of it too.
And I think that Osseo, the left side of their defense, that shortstop, third base, have been fantastic today, making every play they've gotten a chance to make.
So Proctor will be the batter here for Champlin Park. She doubled right down the third base line in her first at bat, so 1 for 1. Pitch outside. She hit the target, but Denslick was set up off the plate just a little bit, so 1-0. Comes back in and fouled away by Proctor. Johnson looks like she's having fun. I think her and Denslick have a little rapport going. You see her smiling, laughing. They're look like they're a good duo. Tapper to third. Lovechick up with a juggle to just a bit, but the throw still in time. And she gets Proctor to begin the 4th.
Another strong play by the left side of that Osseo defense.
That was a little bit of a short hop, and she just had a little bit of trouble getting out of her glove, but had enough arm strength to still record the out. So Jordan Johnson will be the hitter. Jordan grounded out, so 0 for 1 as a hitter, but she's made 2 nice scoops at first base. Those are plays you don't really take for granted. They could have easily been gotten away from her, and she made a couple nice picks.
Those are big plays to pick up your defense like that.
Yeah, it really just gives the rest of the infield a lot of confidence that if I throw the ball, near first, she's going to get it. Fouled away.
Way out in front of that one. Another nice pitch by Johnson. She does look like she's really enjoying it out there.
It's funny because I think sometimes people think that somebody who doesn't throw hard, that a changeup isn't going to be that effective, but it still can be if you disguise it well enough.
That's right, and in fact, somebody without that overpowering stuff, that changeup, you need that change of speeds to make that fastball be faster or seem faster to the hitter.
Misses outside with that one. Johnson knocking it to the right side, and it'll be a base hit. And it got it out in between everyone there, and not really much of a chance to throw her out at first once it got out to the outfield grass. So,
you know, she did a good job. She just went with the pitch. It was an outside pitch, and instead of trying to pull that outside pitch, which sorry, Jay.
Rogers will be the hitter now for Champlin Park. Following that one straight back.
But again, to that thought, taking an outside pitch and just taking it the other way instead of trying to pull the ball is going to lead to a lot more hits. And she did a good job with that one.
Taken for a ball here. Rogers bounced to short her first time up. And drives this one foul over the Rebels dugout. One-two count here to Rogers. And a little tapper. Lovechick will have to go to first. And a close play, they get the out. Johnson advancing to second.
Good strong throw by Lovechick there. Took the only place she had.
Yeah, definitely got her, but it was Rogers runs well and got out of the box in a hurry. So Megan Schuck will be the batter here for Champlin Park. She bounced to third her first time through, so the Rebels continue. The Rebels continue to put some balls in play and get some base runners, but there's Denslake drifting over to block that one.
Big block with a runner on second.
Outside with that one. You see Johnson's really trying to make sure she's not putting much over the middle of the plate. And a couple times nibbling, a little too far to the outside, but this one driven to short, and a nice catch by Kotke. So again, Champlin Park, solid contact, but nothing to show for it. In the fourth inning, no runs, one hit, no Osseo errors, and one runner left on. We head to the bottom of four. It's still 0-0, the Rebels and the Orioles.
30 million Americans will suffer from an eating disorder at some point in their lives. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Hi, I work at the NIDA helpline. You have something called Click to Chat, which is a live chat with someone on the helpline, and they're really able to get support.
Call or visit the NIDA website today for help and hope.
Spring is finally here again as Osseo and Champlin Park play prep softball here. This game actually was scheduled originally for Tuesday night, the 12th. They moved it back a day, and I'd have to say it seems like a pretty good decision because it was not very warm on Tuesday, and it was a strong wind too. But the Rebels and Orioles enjoying a nice night here in a 0-0 game. Osseo will hit in the fourth with their 2-3-4 hitters, Denslake, Lovechick, and Aruska.
Denslake turned on a ball in her first at bat, hit it well to right field. Let's see what she can do the second time through here.
She is batting just for the second time here, of course, in the fourth inning. They've really only had the one base runner so far on Lovechick single.
Slope's been very effective. Looks like we have a defensive replacement out in center field also.
Let's see who that is. Laura Klepner looks like in there in the outfield, so. And there's a look. Covering her number with her glove, so I couldn't tell at first who it was. And outside for ball 4, and so Denslake draws a walk. First walk issued by either pitcher here today. And so Faith Lovechick will be the batter now for Osseo, and she hit the ball well for a single past the third baseman Davis in the first inning. They choose not to run for Denslake, which usually tells you if it's the catcher that she's probably a pretty decent base runner.
Yeah, and now they've got the hitters they want up at the time they want them up.
Squaring around, ball taken, throw down to second base is not in time, so Denslake quickly swipes second, and obviously that's the preferred way to go if you're Osseo, to not have to give up an out on a bunt if you can straight steal her down, and that's what happened.
And a really nice slide to the outside of the bag away from where the throw was coming.
Lovechick back up the middle for a base hit. Denslake will be held up. The throw comes in, and that will allow Lovechick to move up to second. So a single, and then moves up to second on the throw. Runners at second and third, nobody out for Osseo. I think Coach Ruska was, kind of hoping maybe there'd be an opportunity to send Denslake here, but he realized that it was going to be a tall order to score on that one. However, the throw coming all the way in allows her to move up too.
Especially with no outs.
Yeah.
We've got some opportunities to score, but the Orioles got a real threat going here.
And a good hitter up. Lane Ruska steps in for the Orioles, takes a strike. She grounded to short her first time up.
Looks like the corners are in to watch the runner at third, but the middle's at about double play depth. But they're going to have to look that runner back to third before making that out.
One and one count here. Drops down a bunt. Throw to first base, and now the run will score. And initially, Denslake held up, and the Rebels do get the out, but the run scores, and Lovechick moves over to third.
And you look at this, they had her caught up. If the pitcher turns around and looks at her, they possibly get that lead runner out.
Yeah, certainly they had Denslake, stopped there, but so now DeBoer will be the hitter, a 1-0 lead for Osseo. And a soft liner into left field for a base hit, and it'll be 2-0. Just thinking, sometimes you get discouraged that a run scored, and you have to make sure you're bearing down on the next one too, and they get another run in. So Osseo has not had nearly as many opportunities as Champlin Park so far, but they capitalize here in the fourth, and they go up 2-0.
And it's all about taking advantage of those opportunities when they come, which Osseo has done now.
Aaron Dubé, the batter, and they're thinking, we're not done yet. There's just one out and still a runner aboard.
And early in the season like this, when you start getting hits as a team, that confidence builds, and it kind of gets infectious throughout the lineup. Be interesting to see what these next two hitters do.
See Aaron grounded out in her first time up. Ooh, and a hard liner off Sloat's glove. They'll get the out at second, and the relay not in time at first. Good recovery there by Blaska and Rogers, so they at least get the force out.
And a very nice turn. They came very close to turning that double play.
Yeah, I thought at first when she threw this that there was going to be no chance, but the ball was hit so hard that by the time it even got to the shortstop, the hitter Dubé hadn't taken too many steps yet. So here's Katie Johnson fouling this one away. You know, you see obviously, whether it be baseball, softball, the second and third time through, when you've seen the pitcher a little bit, I think you're seeing Osseo get some better swings now against Sloat.
Right, I think you mentioned 4 strikeouts the first time through the lineup, and we have none so far.
Runner going, throw down is in time, so the Rebels get out of the inning as Dubé will be caught stealing. But it's a good inning for Osseo as they get the first 2 runs of the game, 2 runs on a couple of hits, no errors, and no one left aboard. Through 4 full here at Osseo, it's 2-0 Orioles.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
So Katie Johnson now given a lead to work with here as her team gets 2 in the bottom of the 4th to grab a 2-0 lead for Osseo and Champlin Park. In the 5th inning, we'll have the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up. Laura Klepner will be the batter here for Champlin Park as she came in defensively in center that last inning. Laura last year, a little bit of time on the varsity, looks like maybe was used as a runner because she has 3 runs scored a year ago, but no official at bat. So she will step up here. Gokeen was 1 for 1. Not sure if there was any, an injury situation or anything with Gokeen, but they replaced her. That one is a strike on the inside corner. And drops down a bunt. Going to be tough.
That's a good bunt.
Not in time. I think it caught Osseo a little bit off guard there, and she gets a bunt single. Lovechick, and I think, you might be tempted to let it go foul, but I really don't think it was going to. So just did what she could and wasn't quite enough. So
it looked like it was rolling right up that line.
Yep. Nice job of deadening it there by Klepner.
And a good call by Coach Woodley. It looks like they kind of got him off guard on that one.
Osseo will hit for Champlin Park. She hit that liner to center that was dropped by Dubé out there that looked like it was going to turn into a double play. Instead, it wound up being 2 on base with nobody out, but the Orioles were able to get out of trouble later that 3rd inning. Foul tip. Klepner was running, but ball fouled away at the plate.
2 strikes on the hitter now. That takes kind of the bunt out of play. Be interesting to see if the runner's in motion.
Here's the 0-2 pitch outside.
Kind of looked like a semi-pitch out. Maybe they thought she was in motion also.
Pound to the 3rd, Lovechick, double pump, throw to the 2nd, not in time. And so 2 aboard here for Champlin Park. Lovechick looked and they weren't there.
Did the second baseman not get there in time?
Yeah, Jacobs wasn't quite there in time, and then you see the throw. Boy, that's a bang, bang play.
Good hustle by Klepner, though.
So 2 on for Blaska now here in the 5th. Champlin Park's had some runners throughout the game, but unable to push them across. We'll see now if Osseo getting on the board is going to open up the floodgates and the Rebels will answer. To short. Kotke's going to flip to third, and they get the out on a close play. So they get the lead runner.
That was a good play by the shortstop to get that lead runner. It was a bang-bang, but
another look, and it looked like.
Did they call her safe?
Well, now there's a discussion. I could have swore he said out initially.
I thought I saw an out signal, but I see her still standing on the base.
Maybe Coach Woodley said.
We don't have video replay here, do we?
We're going to discuss. Yeah, not of any lasting. Oh, she's maybe not on the bag there.
Oh, yeah, she straddled the bag, the third baseman.
And obviously it was a force play, but you see her reaching to tag, and I'd say safe should be the right call here.
Oh.
Yeah, they're going to stick with out. What? You see her foot. Yeah, she's not on the bag with either foot.
That's a fortunate call.
Then it becomes, is the tag good or not? And you see the definite out call was made. The umpires did discuss, but they will get the out at third.
Very difficult from their angle to see that, though.
Yeah, and I think that's how, how Coach Woodley was asking, can you check with your partner to see if, but I agree. I mean, it's tough. I certainly didn't see it the first time that she wasn't on the base. To third again. Lovechick's going to go across the diamond to first. They get the out on Riley Hewsome. The runners move up. So an interesting turn in the inning there. Now 2 outs, and Brittany Davis will be the batter here for Champlin Park. And we have another discussion here with Coach Woodley and the base umpire there.
Hey, just relax. Take your pitch, kid. Let's go.
Well, I think 2 outs in the 5th with runners on second and third would qualify as a big at-bat for young Miss Davis here.
Had a line out to second that turned into a double play, and then a fly ball to fairly deep center. Great opportunity for her, and Osseo trying to, again, get out of a jam.
And runners will be leaving on contact with 2 outs, so a base hit should score 2.
Wonder here if Osseo, pitches pretty carefully to her and doesn't, first base is open.
I think I would with 2 outs to create forces. But you are putting a go-ahead run on base with the number 4 hitter coming up.
There's a strike, and also a hitter in Proctor, the next hitter who doubled their first time up too. So 2-1 here to Brittany Davis. Osseo trying to hold on to a 2-0 lead, and just got a piece of that one, fouls it away, so 2-2. Down to short, and it takes a big hop through, and 2 runs will score. Davis digging to second, and she is in with a double, and we are tied up at 2-2. Hard hit ball, and it squeezes past.
Real wicked hop on the shortstop there.
Yeah, not a lot Kotke could do with that one. I end up calling that one a hit.
I think so too.
So Proctor will be the batter here for Champlin Park, as after some near misses, they break through and get a couple on the board to tie things up. And Proctor, who had that double in the second and then ground out in the 4th. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Little excuse me swing there.
Those don't bother you as much, though, when it's the first strike instead of the third, and when you're indecisive. That one over the plate for strike 2. So Johnson doesn't appear phased by that, giving up the tying runs there, as she comes right back and puts 2 in the strike zone against Proctor. And that one catches the outside corner for strike 3. So Proctor strikes out looking, but the Rebels do tie it up. 2 runs in the inning on 2 base hits. No errors and 1 left aboard. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning now, even up again, this time at 2-2.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
There you see it, 2-2, as we're into the bottom of the 5th inning here at Osseo. Osseo got on the board to start the scoring in the bottom of the 4th with 2 runs, and Champlin Park comes back with 2 in the top half of the 5th. Osseo will have the bottom third of their order coming up. The pitcher Johnson to lead it off, and then she's followed by Liz Cronin and Elle Wilform, barring any lineup changes for Coach Ruska here, as Sloat getting back to work. Nice feeling as a pitcher when your team, comes right back with an immediate 2 when you do surrender the lead like that.
And Jay, this has been a fun game. Pitchers are throwing strikes, girls are going up to hit. Not a lot of walks, very clean game, fairly clean defensively. A very good game for both teams, seeing as this is our first game this season.
Yeah, I agree. There have not been, too many mistakes to speak of. I mean, obviously you're going to have some things here and there that you'd like to go different, but pretty solid job by both. Here's Katie Johnson taking a ball up high for Osseo to begin this at bat. She struck out against Sloat her first time up. Driving it to right field. Oh, and it's dropped. As Mazzei unable to come up with that one, so Johnson will reach on the error, just as we say, cleanly played.
It looked a lot like that one to center field for Dubé, where it kind of overran it, maybe bounced off her body.
Yeah, she almost got, I think you're right, really got to it too much, to the point where she almost had to have a tough, reach there, as you see the courtesy runner in at first for Osseo is Bree Jones. So leadoff aboard for Osseo. Liz Cronin will be the hitter now for the Orioles. See Cronin, a strikeout victim, her first time through. May very well be asked to bunt here, you would think.
It's a situation.
Not on the first pitch, though. Takes it for a strike, and we'll see if Osseo might be interested in trying to, steal the runner into scoring position instead of having to bunt.
You definitely want to get that runner to second base.
Drops down a bunt. It's a pretty good one. Going to go to first. They get the out there, and then the throw back down. And Blaska reaching, trying to find that runner, and got it on her a little high. But Jones is back in.
But if she drops the glove right now when she catches it, I think she has her.
Yeah, I agree.
Just a little hesitation.
Yeah. So sacrifice is successful, and then they nearly catch her rounding the bag too far. Wilform will be the hitter now for Osseo. Cut and a miss. A bunt or a slap is very likely the intended outcome here for Osseo.
Which will put a lot of pressure on the left side of that defense with the runner in motion, possibly from second.
There's a strike.
Working ahead was paramount in this at bat, and to get an 0-2 count. Now she's on a pitcher's pitch, and you can possibly get someone to chase on the 0-2. This can't see much of the plate.
And that's exactly what happens. Strike 3. And that's the second out, and now Taylor Kotke will be the batter for Osseo.
Well, you're late in the game, and you got your leadoff coming up with a runner on second. This is kind of where you want to be.
Way outside with that one. Kotke a strikeout, and then a comebacker to the pitcher on that play where slowed threw it low, and Johnson dug it out at first. Ooh, fouling that one off the catcher. Doesn't look like it got Proctor in an unprotected spot, though. Tried to get her to chase, but Kotke wouldn't go for it.
That's a good job of taking by her, working this count into a hitter's count.
The 2-1 pitch is fouled into the backstop, so 2-2. Change up, soft liner, and Bosca able to get over and make the catch. And so Kotke and the Orioles are done in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error committed, and 1 left aboard. So 5 full here at Osseo. It is 2-2, the Rebels and the Orioles.
30 million Americans will suffer from an eating disorder at some point in their lives. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Hi, I work at the NEDA helpline. We have something called Click to Chat, which is a live chat with someone on the helpline, and they're really able to get support.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Cybersecurity starts with you. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
Well, we expected a close one, and that's what we're getting here. 2-2, Champlin Park and Osseo as we head to inning number 6 here at Osseo High School. Jordan Johnson will lead off the 6th for the Rebels, who have had base runners in every inning. And kind of frustrating in the first 3 or 4 innings, but then broke through with 2 in the 5th to tie things up after Osseo had grabbed the lead in the bottom of the 4th. Johnson, a single last time up after grounding to third her first time through. To third, Lovechick up with it, fires across in time, and she has played a solid and confident third base here tonight.
And that ball seems to find her at least twice every inning.
Randy Rogers will be the hitter now for Champlin Park. She's gone to the left side both times, to short and to third. Rip and a miss. There's strike 2.
Johnson's thrown a fantastic game. She didn't have many innings on varsity last year, but she looks confident and good on that mound right now.
Yeah, she's done a solid job. They hit her around a little bit earlier, but she's made adjustments too. Lifted out of play way down the left field line.
But she's attacked hitters and hit a lot of spots.
Outside with that one.
Trying to see if she could get her to chase, but a little too far out to get anybody to chase on that.
Yeah, I think so. That would be quite an effort to try and even reach that one if she tried. Lays off that one. So 2-2 now to Rogers with one out here in the 6th. Fouling that one straight back. You know, I think too, it helps the fielders to have pitchers that are throwing strikes and maybe that aren't, you know, blowing strike after strike past everyone. You know the ball is likely to be put in play in this game.
Sure, you stay engaged.
Driven to left. That'll be in for a hit and maybe extra bases. Rogers digs for 2, and she will have a double here with one out in the 6th. Went with the pitch, but also put solid contact on that one and drives it down the line.
Yeah, that was another example of going with a pitch. Instead of trying to pull that ball, just take that outside pitch and drive it that way. Very good piece of hitting by Randy Rogers.
So Megan Schuck will be the batter. Looking for her first hit, but a line out last time. And off the end of the bat, dribbles that one foul.
Johnson got her to chase an outside pitch there.
And another swing and a miss. Got her just a little bit off the edge of the plate again.
And I think she's going to stay out there. She's got her to swing twice at that pitch. Why change? Maybe go a couple more inches outside.
That's exactly what she did and missed away that time as Schuck was able to lay off.
And you remember earlier against Blaska, she threw about 4 out there and then busted one in on her and locked her up. Be interesting to see if she tries that with Schuck.
And a swing and a miss on a pitch outside, and Schuck goes down on strike. She tried to hold up, but definitely went. You see the umpire, no hesitation to call that a swing.
And they had a definite plan of staying outside on her.
So Kleppner will be the batter. She had a bunt single in her one previous at bat after replacing Gukin as the center fielder midway through the game. And a little soft liner here, but it holds up and easily caught by Jacobs. And so the Rebels are done in the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left aboard. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still 2-2 with Champlin Park and Osseo.
Volunteering is more than just a word. It's a window to opportunities. Take Mark, for example. By taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television, Mark is helping bring entertainment and information to his community, along with building a foundation of skills that will take him one step closer to his dreams. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
Slight breeze here this evening and a great night for softball. Let's hope we have a bunch more like this in a row here for all the spring teams that have suffered through some bad weather so far here. Champlin Park 2, Osseo 2. The Orioles hitting now the bottom of the 6th inning, and they have the heart of their order coming up, the 2, 3, 4 spots to hit against Taylor Sloat.
And it'll be interesting to watch this inning. These are the girls that got to her last time through the order.
Denslake led off the 4th with a walk, stole 2nd, and then ended up scoring. There's a strike. Change-up, hangs it up high.
That's dangerous when you leave that change-up up high. If somebody reloads, those can usually go over the fence.
Slice to left, and it's going to drop in for a hit.
In front of Stacy Smith there.
Yep, Smith now into left field. She was in last inning, and Denslake starting it with a single. Didn't exactly kill it, but got enough of it to knock it into left.
She found green.
Yeah, exactly.
And in the 6th inning of a 2-2 game, you find green whenever you can.
So Lovechick will be the batter. Last time they didn't hesitate to steal with Denslake, and we'll see if Osseo's thinking that same way again here. Comebacker, Sloat will throw to second for one. Relay to first is in time. They turn the double play. Great defensive play.
And what an enormous play by Champlin Park there. Fast runner at first. You think she might be in motion and stealing. On the first pitch, you get a comebacker and a nice turn by Blasco.
Boy, you're thinking in that situation, even just getting the lead runner is a big deal, and they get them both. It was just a kind of a tailor-made one, really, though, because of a hard one-hopper to the pitcher.
Right.
And a good turn, good arm. Ruska is the hitter, and she is tagged out by Johnson. So what looked like it might be a potentially threatening inning ends in a hurry for Osseo. No runs, one hit, and no one left on base. We go to the 7th, still even up at 2 apiece.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Good one, son.
Last summer, my new dad took me on vacation. First, we went deep sea fishing. Wow!
I'm so proud of you, son.
And then we went on Thunder Shark. That was awesome! Let's go again. 3 times. I gotta say, it was pretty cool.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Oh, not again.
We head to inning number 7 here, and all even up at 2 apiece. Osseo got 2 in their half of the 4th. Champlin Park came back to tie it with 2 in the 5th, and that's where we are as we head to the 7th. The 9, 1, and 2 spots coming up here for Champlin Park. Mazet, the right fielder, will lead it off here for the Rebels. He's been on twice, reached on an error and on a fielder's choice. And the first pitch taken for ball 1. Soft liner and handled easily at first base there by DeBoer. So 1 gone here in the Rebels 7th. And Blaska will be the hitter now, the top of the order. 0 for 3 today, but did reach on a fielder's choice and score a run in the 5th.
And this is the pressure time of the game. Let's see how the young 9th grader reacts to it.
Hard hit up the middle. It's going to be through. Just getting a piece of it with the glove was Jacobs, but no chance really to make a play. And so Blaska, 1-out single here for Champlin Park.
And that's an important run out there with the leadoff hitter. It'll be interesting to see if they've got some sort of steal play on.
Stacy Smith will get her first at bat here after coming in defensively in left field, a couple innings back. Takes it, the ball's in the dirt, runner going, and no chance for Denslake to make a play, so they don't have to really make a decision there as Osseo helps him along with a wild pitch.
Tough play by the catcher there.
Yeah,
that's a short hop. She blocked it, but that's a tough play.
Yeah, got most of it. Pretty good base running there to take advantage of that.
As a base runner, when you see dirt, you start digging to second.
Well, and it's a good example, too, of, anticipate. There's no harm in starting to go and then going back if it doesn't get away from her. But if you're thinking it's going to and you're ready for it, then you're much more likely to make it.
And it's got to be a quick decision.
Smith pounding it to short. Kotke, long throw. They get the out. She didn't let the runner passing in front of her bother her at all there. Just makes the play. And they get that second out, and now Brittany Davis will be the batter for Champlin Park.
Another nice play by the left side of that defense.
Yeah, and you might look at that and say, well, maybe they had a shot at third, but that's such a tough play to, it has to be a tag play. You're throwing to a third baseman who's probably still moving to get over there. So I think, clearly looks like the right decision to get the out at first.
Yeah, you have to take the out in that situation. Now they've got 2 down.
See it again right there. There's a possibility that she could have had a chance at her, but just never hesitated, especially to get that second out. If there were 0 outs at the time, maybe you think about it a little more.
Right. But you get your second out. All you need is an out now. You don't have to worry about the runner. You just got to work on getting an out.
Dangerous hitter, though, for Champlin Park, who did come through with the double to knock in a pair. The only 2 runs, obviously, for the Rebels, Brittany Davis. So
it'll be interesting to see how they pitch her, because Proctor didn't have the best at bat last time she was up, and you've got a base open.
Yeah, I think we were slightly surprised last time that they gave her something to hit, and we'll see how it looks this time. Denslake shedding the sunglasses now as that sun has finally kind of gone away. So Davis steps in here in a clutch at bat. Runner on third, 2 outs, top of the 7th in a tie game. And that, if that first pitch is any indicator, they're not going to give her much to hit.
I think Coach Ruska has a plan in mind here.
Outside again for ball 2. Same thing, 3-0. And there's ball 4, so they put Davis aboard. And will take their chances here with Sam Proctor. Did have a double her first time up, but as Jeff said last time, went down on 3 straight strikes.
And this is your senior catcher. These are senior times. Let's see how she does here, because she was definitely on the ball her first 2 at bats.
If Davis gets started from first, I suspect Osseo pretty much just ignore her.
I think they give her the bag.
Taken for a ball.
And they may try a delay here to try to see if they can draw a throw to get the runner home from third.
To short, Kotke up with it, throws across, and just hanging onto the bag is DeBoer. And so the Orioles get out of trouble here in the 7th for Champlin Park. No runs, 1 base hit, no errors, and they leave a runner at third. So to the bottom of the 7th we go. Osseo, a chance to win it. It's tied up at 2-2.
hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Bottom of the 7th, Bailey DeBoer will lead it off here for Osseo in a 2-2 tie.
Jay, what more could you ask for between these two rivals? 2-2 game in the 7th, fantastic softball.
And there have been a lot of interesting plays, throughout the game, strategy-wise, and just good plays and good hits. And like we said, the pitchers, though, have made their adjustments too. And even though they've given up some hits, they've battled back and gotten out of some trouble too. There's a strike from Sloat to start the 7th. DeBoer had an RBI single last time up.
And this is the all-important leadoff hitter. You open up the opportunities if you can get her on somehow.
Rip and a miss. Up high out of the zone with that one, a ball on 2 strikes. Change up and hit well out to left center, and it's going to drop in. Klepner over to cut it off, and DeBoer will be held with a single.
Did a good job of sitting back on that change and driving into center field. She reset herself there, collected her power, and drove the ball hard. Nice piece of hitting.
I thought off the bat that one maybe had a chance to get, to the gap a little bit more, but Klepner got a pretty good read over and got in there to break it up. I think we're going to have a pinch runner here for Osseo. They'll bring off the bench April Jacobs, who is their flex player.
Man, this is another bunt situation here. Get that winning run to second base.
Dubé is the batter here for Osseo. So you bring Jacobs in to run in this spot. This pretty much tells you this is one of their faster players that they really want out there running the bases in this situation.
Well, she represents the winning run, so.
First pitch taken for a ball there. Again, I wouldn't be totally shocked if they just tried a straight steal here. 2-0.
Well, now you want to make the pitcher throw a strike. Because if they'll give you the free one, 4 balls in a row, you'll take that.
That one inside corner at the knees. Pitchers like that call.
Yep, they sure do. And now it'll be interesting to see what's going on with a 2-1 count.
That one is in the dirt. So 3 balls and a strike now to Dubé. You wonder a little bit if Champlin Park at Sloat, maybe, you're thinking about you don't want to give them a good pitch to bunt or something to run on, and then you kind of forget about throwing strikes. There's strike 2.
Yeah, you overthink the pitch and try to be too fine.
So now the count running full here. Back up the middle, knocked down by Sloat. She'll go to second, and they get the lead runner, Jacobs. Good recovery by Sloat, didn't panic.
And got the important out.
Nice pickup there by Blasky too. I'm not sure if it actually hit the dirt, but it was, you know, low throw, but you didn't have any trouble with it. So 1 out, runner at first again, but Katie Johnson will now be the hitter for Osseo. She hit that kind of sinking liner that was dropped by the right fielder last time up. Squaring around, bunts the ball, and Davis will throw to first. So they get the runner over. Davis is scooping up a lot of dirt along with the ball there. I thought she might have trouble with it, but she didn't.
That's an aggressive charge to get it on the first base side.
So we may have a pinch hitter here, perhaps for Osseo, it would appear, as Cronin being sent back.
And now you wonder what Champlin Park will do with the winning run at second and a base open.
Hannah Carmen will be the pinch hitter here.
You talk about a pressure spot to come in the game. 2 outs, runner at winning run at second in the 7th.
Carmen looks at ball 1 outside. Fouls that one straight back, so 1-1 count. Swing and a miss, and now Sloat 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning here.
And that was a very nice pitch. Great change of speeds, great location.
And pops it up. It's gonna drop in foul ground as couldn't get to it. Johnson had to run around the runner a little bit there.
Okay, that has to get caught by someone, doesn't it? Up in the air that long?
Yeah, you'd think. Kind of just in that in-between spot where, but you're right, it did seem to be up in the air a ways.
Well, it's new life.
And a beautiful changeup. Carmen frozen by that one. And the Orioles are done in the 7th, so we're going to go extra innings here. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left aboard. We head to inning number 8 here on 12 Sports. The Rebels and the Orioles even up at 2 after this beautiful strikeout.
Spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Hey!
There's a look at Katie Johnson, set to work into her 8th inning for Osseo here as the Rebels get out of a jam and force extra innings here. By the way, Cronin has re-entered as the left fielder after Carmen pinch hit for her there. So Champlin Park will have Jordan Johnson leading it off here in inning number 8. There is not an inning in the game where they've gone 1, 2, 3, so they've definitely had chances, but just the 5th inning was the only one where they've been able to score. See, Johnson had a single and then went twice to the third baseman. Johnson and Denslake having a little laugh there again. Pitch low in the dirt there to Johnson.
As a leadoff hitter, you want to be a little selective because you're trying to get on base again any way you can.
That one is a strike.
Good pitch.
Just got a piece of that one and fouls it off the catcher, Denslake. So 1 and 2.
Pitcher's count now. This should be Johnson's, the pitcher, Johnson, per pitch. Doesn't want to find a lot of the plate here, probably. Maybe work some off-speed stuff in.
And catches the outside corner for strike 3.
Another good pitch by Johnson, who I think has been pretty impressive.
Yeah, she kept her confidence too when they were, getting some pretty solid at bats against her in the first couple innings, especially.
All right. I mean, I'm seeing strikeouts looking the last 3 strikeouts she's had, so she's making good pitches and hitting her spots.
Randy Rogers, the hitter. She had a double last time. Hits it hard, but fouled on the left field line and not quite playable there for Cronin to get to. Low and away with that pitch was Johnson, so 1-1 count here to Rogers.
It looks like she's looking outer half of the plate to push something over to left field again.
Another long foul.
Let's go, one, be a leader now, kid.
And that one catches the outside corner. Another nice pitch from Johnson for out number 2.
That was a nice pitch. Tough pitch to swing at, but boy, when you got 2 strikes. I wonder if they'll go with the same game plan they had against her last at bat with nothing but outside corner and even further outside.
And a little tapper. Johnson up with it, flips to first base, and Shuck is out. 1, 2, 3, 8th inning for the Rebels. No runs, no hits, and no one left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Osseo with the bats coming up in a 2-2 game.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Break through and take the lead or win it here. Osseo in the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll have the 9, 1, and 2 hitters coming up, and it looks like we're going to see a pinch hitter to start it out as Amira Mohammed is stepping up for the Orioles to hit in this 9th spot. So Mohammed is the pinch hitter to begin the 8th. Swings and misses at Sloat's first pitch. And goes after another one, maybe slightly off the corner, so 0-2. She's been aggressive, but Sloat right now, I'm sure, gonna try and get her to chase another one.
Yeah, those are very aggressive swings. Had a pitch slightly out of the zone.
And a liner up the middle for a base hit. Left it out over the plate up a little bit, and Mohammed drills it to center.
And that's a situation when you have 2 strikes, you just can't find any of the plate. You've got her swinging at 2 outside pitches. You got to push it even further outside to see if you can get her to bite on something. But she did a great job taking that high pitch and driving it right back up the middle.
Have a runner coming on at first base here. Will be Wilform re-entering in that spot. So Kotke is the batter here for Osseo as they get the lead off aboard here in the bottom of the 8th. Kotke, a bunt, it's a spinner, but it'll stay foul.
When that's foul, you want to grab that right away so it doesn't spin back into fair territory. The ball had a lot of spin on it.
Not bunting this time. Runner is going. Here's the throw down, and it's in time. Second caught stealing. Just got her on the back leg there. Not really a great slide, to be honest there. Well, I shouldn't say that. She had to try to get around the fielder a little bit.
It's a gutsy call by Coach Ruska, but a great throw by the catcher, Sam Proctor.
And it looked like it was maybe not going to be in time, but she slapped the tag down quick on the leg. And here's a spinner down to second. Rogers fires over, 2 gone. And so Denslake will be the hitter. Denslake had a single last time up.
She's been a confident hitter all game.
Little slicer, that one's going to fall in for a hit, and then it spins away from Smith. Denslake going for 2 and will be in with a double. Good base running there. This ball, you can see off the left-hander's bat, it's just spinning away from Smith. It just keeps on angling away.
And as an outfielder, you know that ball's got spin on it. You have to play for that spin. Not the best played by Smith there. But alert base running by Denslake to get to second.
So Lovchik will be the batter here for Osseo. He's had a couple of singles. And here's a liner to right center field, and this should win it. Kleppner up with it. The throw, not in time, and Osseo wins. Denslake slides in safely with the winning run as Faith Lovchik comes up big. Her 3rd hit of the game drives in the winner for the Orioles, and they take a thriller.
And what a great swing by Lovchik. Denslake moving right away on that pitch.
Scores easily there. So after Osseo had their lead runner on and then thrown out stealing, you start to think, well, this inning may not amount to much, but that changed in a hurry. Denslake, that slicing liner to left that turns into a double, and Lovecheck drives her in with the game-winning hit. So a big victory for Osseo there.
And really, it was Denslake and Lovecheck that kind of drove the train all game.
So a season opener for both of these teams, and it goes extra innings, and it's Osseo pulling out the W. Final score in this one is Osseo 3 and Champlin Park 2. Hope you enjoyed tonight's game here on 12 Sports. For Jeff Husum and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. So long from Osseo.